Yeah, good. Hello my honeys, welcome back to my channel! Today was a rainy day, but the rain has passed, it's cleared up, it's become sunny again, which is standard for Texas because it's pretty much always sunny here. But it was so nice to have a cozy, rainy morning after so long. I don't even remember the last time it was a dark, gloomy, rainy morning. But you know, I'm a sunshine girl. I need my sunshine to give me energy. I am feeling revitalized. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm on to my second coffee of the day. And I just wanted to show you guys my morning coffee routine because it has changed. I'm really getting back into hand drip poured coffee. It just, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like it's stronger. I don't know how that makes sense. It just feels stronger to me. Like I usually feel really like invigorated when I have drip coffee versus having the espresso long pull. Today I want to share a cozy day in the life alone as a small business owner vlog with you guys because things are getting busy for me as per usual, but it is upcoming to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holiday season, which is the busiest time for a small business owner. So for the next upcoming while, I want to share with you guys these day in the life alones as a small business owner to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into what it's like kind of maintaining a routine and maintaining kind of like a staple in like the day-to-day life in suburbia, while also managing and juggling the craziness of running a small business and pivoting a small business, and also working as a freelance content creator slash influencer. So it's currently about 1 p.m. here now today. I started off my morning by streaming on Twitch for the first time in months. I want to get back into it because as a day in the life alone every single day, I start to not notice the loneliness and how solo it is doing everything by yourself and being alone throughout the majority of the day when Honey Boy's at work in the office and no longer working from home with me. And so I want to bring back the live streams on YouTube. I want to bring back the live streams on Twitch, and I'm actually going to find a way to multi-stream, so I'm live on both channels at the same time so I can hang out with you guys everywhere and not have to do two separate live streams. So that is something that's going to be coming soon. But tell me, do you guys miss the YouTube live streams? I haven't done one in a while and it always gets pushed to the back and Twitch is always the priority, but I loved doing the live streams on YouTube. They're always so fun to connect with you guys. So let me know, are you looking forward to that? So I started my morning off doing that, and what was incorporated into that morning live stream on Twitch was not only catching up with you guys and getting really personal and connected and chatting, but also we took a moment to streamline and be productive and actually plan out my complete week and upcoming month with my goals, my priorities, my markers for success, and what will be the identifiers for a successful month with my new planner. So I will insert that there so you guys can see what I kind of have as a base plan for the month of November, what my week looks like, and how I put it all together in a way that will make me excited about my month and excited about the things that I have to do. As someone who most likely has ADHD, undiagnosed, I definitely have it. I have all the, like, one day I will get diagnosed. Doing things really blandly or really minimally is kind of boring for me. I'm not the kind of person that's going to just open up an agenda, fill out a blank strip line planner, and that's going to keep my attention. No, I need something that's going to be dramatic. I need something that's going to be flashy, something that's going to make me want to look at it every day. So this is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm doing it. But anyway, you guys, I am hungry. It's 1 o'clock. I need to eat some lunch. I got my second coffee of the day to keep me energized. I got my kitties around me, Haru and Flynn. So let's make some lunch. You might be noticing my cabinets. This is a DIY project that's been on the go for 3 months. I always seem to under order the material I need, and then it takes like a month and a half to arrive, and then I just need to find the time to get around to completing it. So please pardon the mismatching cabinets. Otherwise, I've been on quite a bit of a diet. I'm not happy with how much fat I've gained. I've lost a lot of muscle in exchange for fat since moving to America. With my drastic lifestyle change, my life has become extremely sedentary, so I'm not really eating as much during the day because just by existing and not walking out and being physically active, I only burn about 1,000 calories a day just by existing, and I'm definitely eating more than that when I'm not consciously making an effort. Translates into weight gain, especially because I only on average, what? Flynn just did a backflip. I don't know why. What? You itchy? What, did something get in your ear? But on average, if I'm not actively going out on a walk or going to the gym, if I'm just sitting working all day, I only burn 14 calories on average. And I have my health tracker to show that to you guys. So if I'm not able to actively get out and do that walk or go to the gym, I have to make sure that my caloric intake is matching that lack of physical activity and lack of calorie burn. So with that being said, I've already had my breakfast, but I'm gonna take this opportunity to share one of my diet tricks with you guys to help me get control over my consumption, but still being healthy and making sure that I'm getting what my body needs to stay healthy and strong. So this is what my breakfast consists of. First thing in the morning, I need to have my coffee, but of course I always want to make sure I'm drinking water. So I will actually turn my water into a healthy protein moment. Now I am lactose intolerant and I also have IBS. And for the longest time, I couldn't identify why I felt so ill when I was taking whey protein. And I tried having clean whey protein. I tried having whey protein with nothing added in it, just pure, smooth whey protein. And still I was feeling lethargic. I was in pain. I was bloated. My stomach was upset all the time. And then I did just a little bit of research and realized if you're lactose intolerant and have IBS or digestive issues, you pretty much can't have whey protein. So I found and did some research that the best alternative for lactose intolerant people who have digestive issues, don't easily digest proteins, don't easily digest a lot of stuff, is hemp protein. Now it's a little bit more expensive, but it doesn't bloat me, it doesn't make my stomach upset, it makes me more regular, and it also has added omega fatty acids in there that are good for anti-aging and maintaining your joint health and bone health. Plus it has a good amount of required protein that is vegan friendly. This one is a hemp protein that's made in Canada and is sourced from Manitoba. It's actually not the best one I've had. It's a little bit too granular for my liking, but that's okay. I am more comfortable with the fact that it is made in Canada because America's regulations in the food industry aren't as good as Canada. So I'm more comfortable having this, even if it comes at a cost of texture. I do about 2 tablespoons of that to get my required protein intake for the morning. Then I also add a scoopful of greens. Now, since I moved to America, and specifically in this house, I don't know if it has to do with the climate, it has to do with the humidity levels, the dryness levels, the type of fridge we have, but we struggle so hard to keep our food from rotting, especially our vegetables. They rot within a week. It's so fast here. For sure, probably has to do with the humidity levels and regulation, but it's a challenge for me to be able to get fresh greens into my diet before they rot. And this has been the only way that I've been able to do that aside from bags of frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables looks like the only way. But first thing in the morning, I have a big scoop of this into my water as well. And then I mix it all together to have a healthy fiber, greens, antioxidant, and protein blend to start my day. And to be honest, this keeps me full until about now, like 1 p.m. And I take this right when I wake up at about 8:30 a.m. and I am content for hours when I have this. And it's a low caloric intake. I think it's about 120 calories per serving. That is my first diet trick of the day. The second one is my coffee. I always love my morning coffee to be a kind of health kick for me, and I always add in some form of collagen powder. Now, the one that I've been using for the past few months is the Vitals collagen with chocolate. I don't recommend the chocolate one. I actually hate this. I prefer the no flavor one. This one uses a artificial sweetener in there to give sweetness. I hate it. I really don't like it at all. I am actively trying to cut sugar out of my diet though, so I don't mind that it is using a non-sugar sweetener, but overall I would prefer no sweetener whatsoever. I also add in about 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil, organic, cold pressed coconut oil into my coffee to help give me some more omega and some more fatty acids and good fats for my body to ensure that I'm maintaining healthy skin, healthy hair, healthy nails. For my milks, I'm using this flax milk because it's loaded with omegas, and flax is actually good for balancing out female hormones, and I have a little bit of hormonal imbalances that flare up around the end of the month. So this is good for that as well. You can actually get all of that on Amazon. Because I don't have a car and I live in the deep suburbia, I rely heavily on Amazon.com right now. I've actually made a bi-weekly newsletter that includes all of my Amazon buys over the past 2 weeks. So if you guys want to see what I'm buying and what you don't see in the vlogs and find out little things about that and so much more, definitely check out the newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks. It's a great way to stay up to date on what's going on without any algorithms dictating what you see and what you don't see. So that is my breakfast. It's fairly low calorie and it's a great way for me to stay healthy and make sure I'm getting everything that my body needs while actively dieting. My lunch usually changes depending on how I feel. I just kind of actively go with the flow. I really don't have time as a business owner to cook my own meals. I've been doing way less cooking. The more busy I get, the less cooking I do. So frozen meals have been a lifesaver for me. I'm really addicted to butter chicken lately. Ever since my Vancouver trip, I'm addicted to butter chicken. Now these aren't the healthiest ones out there. It's about 440 calories per serving. So I try my best not to have these. But when I am really busy and I feel like I won't have time to eat maybe until 7 p.m. or maybe like not at all, this is what I'm gonna be reaching for. And keeping in mind that without going out and doing a walk or going to the gym, that I only naturally burn 1,000 calories by existing, plus that additional 14 calories, I wanna make sure that I'm staying within that range throughout the day if I'm not being active and I'm not moving. So right off the bat, if I had this, plus I had my morning routine, which is about roughly 200 calories in the morning and then an additional 440. Right now we're up to about 640 calories right there, which is getting kind of close towards my daily amount based on my lifestyle. So if I have this, it means I'm having a little bit of a smaller dinner or trying my best to have a little bit of a controlled dinner. Like I said before, I'm having a lot of frozen foods because it's the only way I can keep them fresh throughout the day without them going bad. My go-to is a giant bag of mixed greens. This way I'm getting my broccoli, I'm getting cauliflower, and I'm getting carrots, which is a good amount of different variety in greens throughout the day. So if I'm not having that frozen butter chicken or something along those lines, then I'm reaching for this, having a decent half cup worth or a cup worth. And if I'm really feeling lazy, I'll have a frozen chicken tender, maybe 2 to 3 of those along with my veggies, and that will be my lunch throughout the day. He's literally so obsessed with food. Like, I don't even know if it's that like he's actually hungry. I think he's just like loves the idea of receiving food because he like purrs beside his food bowl. And HoneyBii were thinking like maybe it's because he was a shelter kitty and he was in the little cage for I don't know how long, but maybe like that was his positive, like most frequent, consistent positive human interaction was when he was fed. Like, and he just like begs constantly for food, but then like, I don't even know. Anyway, this low feeder helped so much to slow him down from just inhaling his food. I really love using Japanese ponzu to season my things because it's not as strong as soy sauce, but it still has a different flavor than soy sauce, so it's a little more lightweight. You get that citrus burst, and it's low in calories as well. And I just love ponzu. What is it, like 10 calories per tablespoon? Like that's nothing. While I eat my lunch, I usually try to make sure I'm eating at the kitchen table. It's so easy to just bring your food back to your desk and keep working and eating at the same time. But I've noticed it's just really important for me, especially as someone who works at home alone, to take those kind of mini moments to step away from constantly being engaged with work and actually just engage in the moment of doing something really mundane and simple. Of course, beside me, I have all my Japanese lesson books, so I don't look at those while I'm eating. I just kind of maybe watch a YouTube video, maybe just watch a TikTok live. Lately, I've been really into watching Japanese live TikToks because it helps my language learning and my listening skills to pick up on what they're talking about, what they're saying, without having to actually do the studying portion. And it kind of keeps me constantly in that engaged state of being immersed in the Japanese language. Also have been starting to do that while I'm working as well. If my work doesn't involve audio, like video editing, then it's easy to just have a TikTok live of a random Japanese TikToker on, just having them speaking and talking to their audience so I can listen to like authentic, genuine, native Japanese speakers. I finished lunch, so it's time to hop into working mode. So I'm pretty much gonna be here for the rest of the day. I do have some things on my hit list for today. Thankfully on stream earlier this morning, we put together a weekly plan and a monthly plan. So now I can see everything that I wanna get done throughout this week in particular. Pardon if you hear a lot of dog barking. It's no longer the hot summer, so now my neighbors are letting their dogs out for extremely long periods of time and letting them scream bark nonstop. It's coming up to that time where I have to start yelling out the windows aggressively so that they control their animals. So like one of the biggest cons of this house is the neighbors, but it's okay. I got headphones that are noise canceling, but it does get in the way when I have to film voiceovers or film YouTube videos. It's really problematic. But anyway, here's a little peek of the planner that I put together this morning to help streamline me in my workflow and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, make sure I'm ending my day feeling like I was productive and feeling like I did achieve things. This is my Nilu planner from Genshin Impact. For today, I have on it, I need to stream, I need to send out a newsletter, I need to I need to cancel my credit card, update my credit cards, I need to, hopefully I can achieve writing some SEO article, and then I also want to achieve influencer outreach, or if I don't actually outreach to any, I want to at least get my influencer list put together for some upcoming campaigns for my new product launches that are going to be coming out. Pardon the light level changes, it is a cloudy sunny day here. Like I'm a dog person, I love dogs, I'm a dog owner, I have a family dog, but even like Minnie at home, she's like this, and we don't let her bark like that. We bring her in, we like say, you can't do that, right? There's no sense of like training at all. Anyway, it drives me insane. But if you guys are interested in this Nilu banner, you can get it for $1 on Etsy. I love it. It just makes planning my day so much easier. It's a PDF format and it can be used on your iPad or tablet. It's also print friendly in color and black and white. Plus you can also open it up and save it as a screenshot or JPEG and upload it as a background on your desktop like I did, so you can see right in front of you on your computer everything that you need to get done. I actually want to do a print off of this and have it for every single month, and maybe I'll alternate and make new ones for different characters and have it on one of those like ring flippy things, so I can have like my own on my desk in front of me, like, and I can use like a pen or a pencil and like write on it. So cute. Anyway, so I'm gonna get done. I think the first things I need to do is the credit card things because it's business hours. Just loading. I gotta cancel that credit card. When I moved to the US, I originally applied for a US currency Canadian credit card so that when I spent on my credit card here, I wouldn't have to pay the conversion rate fees and transaction fees because I was using it in USD in Canada. And then it turns out the card's completely useless for me. Like, it doesn't make a difference anyway because I'd still have to pay it from my Canadian bank account. So at the end of the day, I'm still paying a conversion fee. It was stupid. So I'm gonna cancel that and then put our utility bills onto a new credit card that we have. And then after that, I'll hop into the influencer work. Oh no, I'll do the newsletter and then I'll hop into the influencer research and putting together a list of influencers to work with for upcoming product launches. All right, you guys, so I just finished 2 of the big tasks out of my list for the day. I also opted to keep my USD credit card because I have a $2,000 limit on there, and I think it's good to keep that just in case of an emergency. I feel like even though I definitely have enough credit on my Canadian credit card, I feel like it's good to have a backup. So even though it's kind of a useless credit card and I don't really gain any points on it, I think it's good to just have as a backup just in case because it does have a somewhat decent credit limit. Say for example, like my Canadian credit card blocks me out, my usual one, for some reason, like if I'm traveling, then I can default to my other credit card because it has that somewhat reliable limit on there. So say for example, I need like a plane ticket from the other side of the world back home, it's got me. So that's just a thought there. I opted to keep it. Next thing on my list is sorting through my influencer list. maybe adding some new ones on there for Glow Atelier, which is my Korean skincare store, for our new product launch that we're going to be coming out with. I wanted to sit here and talk to you guys for a little bit of a behind the scenes kind of back end on what it's like being a business owner and also doing everything like the marketing end of it, such as the affiliate program manager and influencer management. So we haven't worked with influencers in a long time just because our last experience with them was pretty bad, and I want to take this opportunity to educate you guys maybe a little bit on the business aspect of it, and someone who's been working as an influencer and a content creator for a lot of years. We're talking like 10+ years here. Our last campaign that we did with micro influencers really was shocking for me at how unprofessional a lot of micro influencers are in terms of working with them in collaboration. And this actually resulted in me blacklisting a lot of the influencers that we worked with and flagging them as never work with them again. And let me tell you why. So back in November last year, actually back around the same time last year, I started reaching out to a lot of micro influencers that were on my hit list, a list that I generated myself, and also some of the affiliates from the affiliate program. The purpose of this campaign was to kind of gain awareness for our brand. I would send them 3 products of their choice, or 3 products that I would recommend to them based on their skin type and concerns if they didn't know which ones they wanted. In exchange, also a lot of these campaigns were paid, so I was paying them to create content, create reels, create whatever. They were being paid for them. And in exchange, we would get the content and they would follow the guide that was sent and sign the contract for the payment terms and content terms. Generally, a contract is just some legal jargon that's just kind of general information, and then included in it is any kind of deadlines that might be required for the content, also terms of payment, so you would be paid once the content is delivered and reviewed, and say for example that you can't post the content until it's approved and payment is complete. And then additionally, you will get a content guideline. So this will be like kind of a quick little PDF, just like 2 paragraphs explaining what is expected in the content, what kind of shots are expected, hashtags that are expected, rules for like descriptions, like what you can do, what you can't do, etc., etc. So here's where things got bad. All the influencers that we worked with were given a contract to sign via HelloSign. HelloSign is like a signing program where you get signatures on contracts, you can send contracts out to multiple people, yada yada. And in our contract, it was very clear that when the payment terms would happen, so you would have to submit the finished content for review before publishing it. Once it was reviewed and once it was published, then you would get paid. All the influencers signed off on that agreement, so we were good to go. Once they signed off, we'd send them the content guide where it would say these are what's expected. You're expected to deliver as agreed upon, say for example, a reel and 3 story frames on Instagram, or say for example a TikTok and like some Instagram posts as well. And these were the required hashtags that would be needed. You would have to list the name of the product. You would have to tag Glow Atelier's Instagram profile in the beginning of the caption, and not to tag any other brands or accounts into the content. Additionally, Glow Atelier would have to be directly tagged into the photo or video or stories with a clear call to action that you got it from Glow Atelier. And again, I want to emphasize that no other brands were to be mentioned at all. Additionally, in the contract, it was also stated that there was a clear deadline for the content of 2 weeks after receiving the products. The content created should be delivered for review within those 2 weeks. That gives the influencers 2 weeks to try and test out the product to get their honest opinion and experience before creating their content and sending it over to me for review. It's pretty standard in any kind of skincare or product collaboration to have a 2-week deadline for allowing people to try and test out the products. I would say about 90% of the influencers that we worked with did not deliver anything by the 2-week mark, which was the first breaking of the contract that they signed into. Now, once a contract is broken or not followed, that means I don't have to pay them. Additionally, aside from most of the people not completing the content within the given time frame, which was 2 weeks, additionally, many of them went ahead and posted the content without it being reviewed, which is a very big no-no when you're working with brands on collaborations, whether it be gifted or paid. That's a big no-no. Since most of the influencers we worked at published without approval, there was a lot of issues with the content they were posting. For example, very low quality, very bad content that was nothing alike what they posted before. before, just really bad content, like horrible, what the hell is going on. Additionally, the descriptions didn't follow the guides at all, meaning they either did not tag Glow Atelier at all and would tag, for example, the I'm From skincare account or the Claire's skincare account. And then if they did tag, most of them when they did tag Glow Atelier, it was shoved all the way to the bottom of the caption. And there was so many times I had to be like, please remove this. You were supposed to send this for approval before posting. Additionally, you're not supposed to tag any other brands. I know the product is the I'm From product, but I'm From is not paying you for this content. I'm From is not working with you on this product. It has nothing to do with them. Like, it's us. Like, very, very bad. Additionally, there were many typos, or when they were tagging account, they weren't even tagging our correct account. Just no due diligence done at all to ensure that they were even sending their audience to the correct Instagram account or business. And additionally, typos and misspellings of the products that they were receiving. It was really shocking for me to see just how bad micro-influencers and just how not serious micro-influencers were taking their collaborations when they were even being paid for them. With all these things broken, I didn't have to pay any of our influencers, but because I didn't want to give such a bad first experience, I paid them, but I kept it very cold in the end. I made sure to bring awareness to them that they didn't follow the guides. This is not what was expected. Thank you for working for us. We will be in touch, and then never contact them again. What that resulted in is a massive list of red flagged, blacklisted influencers. And funny enough, since then, I've had several of them contact me throughout the year asking if I have any campaigns coming up. And I just said, we will contact you if there's any that fit. But the purpose of me telling you guys this is to not only give a kind of back end of the day in the life of being a small business owner, but also to give an insight on anyone who's watching this who might be a smaller influencer or someone who's just getting into the collaboration scene, that these are things that you gotta make sure you pay attention to, because they will get you red flagged on companies' lists, especially if you're working with a PR agency. Influencer agencies and PR agencies house a lot of brands in them, and if you get blacklisted on a PR or influencer agency's list, that cuts you off from a lot of brand opportunities. So do always make sure, if you are ever collaborating with a brand, whether it be paid or gifted, and if they send you any kind of guideline, or if they don't, always make sure you're focusing your tagging and content directed at them, especially if they are gifting you multiple smaller brands within their set. Keep in mind, it's the housing brand that's paying you, not the smaller brands within the gifted product or sponsored campaign. Additionally, if they send you any kind of contract or guideline, you must follow that. And if there's anything within that contract or guideline you don't agree with, bring it up before you sign or agree into it. Because if you're breaking a contract or not following a guideline, it looks very unprofessional and will get you blacklisted from being worked with again. And that's losing a future client or potentially a long-term client. And always keep in mind, brands often talk to each other, especially bigger ones, and ones that have a lot of employees. Because keep in mind that employees will move and people don't always work at the same places for a long time, especially in the marketing industry or in influencer management roles. Some influencer managers will hop from company to company, and that same person who worked with you for brand A might now be working for brand B and will still not hire you for brand B, even though it's a different company. I'm gonna go through my influencer list and get this done today, and then tune back in with you guys once that's done and when it's probably about dinner time. I think it's already 3:30 here now, so by the time I'm done this, it's probably gonna be close to 5 p.m. All right, my honeys, it is about going on 5 p.m. It's 15:02. I just finished putting together a tiny influencer list, emailing to those few influencers. It's only a small amount because this is the first launch, so I didn't buy like a ton or order a ton of stock for this new product. So it's kind of like we'll see what happens. If it does well, we'll continue. And then I just finished putting together this newsletter campaign for Glow Atelier, and I just clicked send on it now. And I asked HoneyBii what we should have for dinner. We decided on having some butternut squash with burrata in a pesto format. I am butternut squash ravioli with pesto and burrata. So fancy. We don't normally eat this kind of fancy food, so I'm gonna go make that now because it's gonna be like 5 p.m. Actually, no, no, because he said he'll be home around 6:30, so I can wait. I'm not even hungry now. So, study Japanese, and then I also have write in there. I don't know if I have the capacity for that today. I might be able to, yeah, I don't think I have the capacity to write something. It's already so late. Well, including like having to cook dinner. I really don't think I have the capacity for that, including like study Japanese. So I think we'll keep it to just study Japanese, and then I'll make dinner, and that should be like by the time everything's done, like 7 p.m. But yeah, let me just give you guys a sneak peek on the newsletter that I put together. For my newsletters, I use the platform Klaviyo. I used to use MailChimp, but it was just like such a crappy platform. This is just a look at my usual newsletter template. So I have the logo up top, a mini shopping bar, and then it's usually like the promo banner for the email campaign, a little blurb, and then a little other blurb with another promo, and then a click to shop, and then also we have another blurb, and then a little bit of skincare recommendations that fit in line with the promo or whatever I am talking about in the newsletter, with direct links to shop, another reminder of the up to 50% off, and then another campaign photo, as well as a finishing off on click to shop. So that's kind of the gist of it. I probably should have added a click to shop here, actually, damn it. Well, it's okay. It's okay, but yeah, that's kind of the general format that our newsletters are. This is where I usually sit when I study my Japanese, just because it's like, I don't know, it's a proper table. I've been studying Japanese ever since probably the beginning of summer, but I did fall off for a couple months just because we had a lot of guests staying. My sister was here for about half a month. I really struggled to like get back into it after that, but I have been actively working towards it over the past month, and I tried studying Japanese 3 times in the past, and each time I never really succeeded, but the only times that I actually saw actual improvement and actual retention was when I was actively learning and trying to learn how to read. And so one thing I noticed in my Japanese study is that, yeah, I can practice my listening skills and my speaking skills all I want, but if I don't know how to read, I feel like I'm never gonna properly learn how to make sentences or create sentences in my mind, or even just learn how to read in general. I think that's like the baseline of learning. So my priority is learning how to read, and of course I'm extremely beginner level. I'm just learning how to do my hiragana and katakana. It's definitely hard, but I feel like the best way for me to learn is to physically write it out. So I have this notebook right here where I'm just practicing writing it out over and over and over again. And that has helped me to retain my ability to know what I'm looking at in terms of a hiragana character and actually remembering the sound that it makes. If I had to write on my own, I think I would still struggle to find the character that I need or draw the character correctly, but at least I'm at the point where if I see a character, not all of them, but if I see a character, I'm more likely to know which one it is. With that, I also am using this manga book, this Cardcaptor Sakura Volume 1 in Japanese, to practice my actual reading of real content. And it's so funny because I feel like when I was a kid, when I was learning to read, and I got my first Pokemon game on Game Boy, it was Pokemon Red, and it was so hard for me to read the content in the game, but like that's how you learn. So anyway, I'm gonna sit down and practice my characters and do about 1 hour of studying, and then by that point it should be time to start cooking and prepping dinner. When I do my studying too, I like to dedicate the first page to review of the last time that I did some character practice. So I'm generally going line by line. So like I'll do 1 line here, 1 line here, 1 line here, and then keep at it. So I think the last time I did all the way up to ko. So I did ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. So that's what we'll do again. So we'll do ka. Once I'm done doing these lines, I'll go in and start practicing a new line of characters. And then each character will have its own dedicated sheet. So previously, each character has its own dedicated sheet, so I get practice on writing it. And then this is what a revision page looks like. Crazy, but I'm so excited to actually like learn how to read. Like, come on. And whenever I write one, I always sound out the sound too, to really try to ingrain it in my head what the sound of that character is. Aside from doing bookwork like this, I do have my Try N5 workbook, but this is a little beyond my level because it does require the ability to read hiragana and katakana, and I'm not there yet. Like, not there yet, don't know words. But what I do on the days where I don't have time to actually sit here for an hour or more writing out the characters, I do go in and use the Duolingo app just to help keep the characters in mind. They have a Learn Hiragana section where you click in and you can do a lesson on how to learn, on revision and learning. And then also I recently discovered the Lingo Deer app, which seems a lot better for actually learning how to say sentences and actually learning how to write sentences. So I'm really excited for this app because this one's new to me. Otherwise, for actually learning how to speak Japanese and listen to Japanese, I do use Rosetta Stone, and I have been using Rosetta Stone, or have actively gone in and used Rosetta Stone for years. It costs money to buy it, but it's totally worth it because it's really like hardcore and like just speaking. It forces you to speak, like to get through it, you have to actively speak in Japanese. So that's pretty awesome as well. If you guys like hearing about like language learning and things like that, do let me know. I would like to, I'm totally open to the idea of taking you guys with me along this journey of learning Japanese. And don't have high expectations of me. Like, this is the third time I'm trying to learn Japanese, but I think it's the time I'm taking it like the most like hardcore seriously. But yeah. 女の人と彼女の犬。女の人と彼女の車。See, the thing is with Rosetta Stone is that I could not string these sentences together by myself on my own out of thin air, but it's really great for learning sentences and matching them to things that you see or things that are happening and explaining things, and to actually practice correct pronunciation on your own. But yeah, I could not create these sentences on my own out of thin air whatsoever. Impossible. Oh, wow.
Wow.
You don't have a big enough serving bowl. Oh, yeah. While we were eating dinner, a couple packages arrived for me. One of them is from Amazon and one is a gifting. I can't remember who from. I feel like it's Nambanzin. Oh, it is Nambanzin. Cute. Love their stuff. What? Purple Complex Moisture Balancing Soothing Cream to try out. That one sounds really good. We got the Sika Ceramide Repair Cream, always so good. Velvet Beauty Cream. I believe the Velvet series is like ideal for like smooth makeup application. Full Nutrient Firming Cream, excited for this, especially with the winter season coming. Then we got a Daily Multivitamin Cream. Ooh, nothing beats a good vitamin cream. A hand mirror, cute. I always love getting little trinkets like these. Wow. Oh, it's cute. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Always need these. And it looks like they gave me some candy as well. That's so cute. It's like branded candy. Amazing. I think tonight I'm probably gonna try out the, actually no, I'm probably gonna try out the firming cream. Why not? It's got red ginseng in it. You guys know me, I love ginseng in skincare. Other than that PR box, I also wanted to treat myself to a new microphone for my filming videos because I've been using the same microphone for probably over 10 years. It's like a $30 microphone. And it's like, it gets the job done, but at the same time, it's really bad for canceling out noise. And I had a experience with one of my sponsored videos where they did not approve the video because of the audio quality, and I was like, okay, that's my sign that it is probably finally time to upgrade my audio situation. So I decided to get the Elgato Wave 3, which is a USB-C condenser microphone. So in the next upcoming videos, you guys, if you notice a change in the audio quality, not including vlogs, but like the sit-downy kind of videos, let me know what you think. Wow, what an upgrade. Okay, so excited. All right, you guys, that is it for today's day in the life alone as a business owner and influencer, content creator. I hope you guys enjoyed this really in-depth behind the scenes of like what my day-to-day life looks like. I tried to share as much as possible in this video, so definitely give it a thumbs up, help support this video, and of course subscribe to my channel to see more videos like these, and I will catch you guys next time.